AstroSwap has already gone up by 30–40% since yesterday. The party is now starting. It is warming up for a very fruitful journey. Today, we are going to go over the practical, how to buy and sell on PancakeSwap, how to buy and sell on WagyuSwap, and which is the better and why. We're going to look at LP liquidity pool tokens. How do you create them? How do you then stake them so you can prepare? Because preparation, when it meets opportunity, is one of the key formulas for success. And we're going to cover a few other things. So if you like today's video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you don't know me by now, my name is Jagir. I'm the award-winning author of The Extraordinary New Venture Capital Opportunity, How to Invest Like a Pro. Been featured in the best-selling book, High Probability Trading Strategies, back in 2008, where I used to only focus on currencies, but now exclusive on cryptocurrency. So let's dive straight in. So the timer is up, people. The timer is up, and the countdown is happening. AstroSwap, here we go. A new DEX built on Cardano. 10 days. Hey, we know they're originally launching on the Binance Smart Chain because the throughput volume for Cardano is not sufficient, and that will come over time. There's other DEXs that have decided to launch on Cardano, but there's been reports that it's going to take up to a day to do a transaction. So I like what Bluezilla have done. They've really thought this out. And I also believe AstroSwap is going to be connected with CrossSwap. That's just my speculation because they got WagyuSwap, they got AstroSwap for the Cardano, they've got Velas for Wagyu, and then CrossSwap is going to be an automated market maker cross-chain. So I believe they're kind of strategically doing things in a way which is going to make the whole ecosystem explode. So let's have a quick look at CoinMarketCap before we go into the practical. Now, the price, if we just zoom in over here, if we go to CoinMarketCap and we zoom into the recent data, here it was a bit uncertain in terms of, what's the market looking to do. But here we've had a big movement to the upside. I know it's still early, but it just gives us a nice, clear indication on how the market's feeling about this project and what's likely to occur when they officially announce those juicy APYs. So it's now around 18 cents. Market cap around 40 million for a DEX, so it's cheap. Volume is now 10%, give or take, of the market cap, so that's looking healthy. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to jump into PancakeSwap. We are going to do a purchase of some AstroSwap. We're just going to buy 500. I'm going to do something quite fun. We're going to just see how long it takes to do a purchase on AstroSwap, on PancakeSwap. But then we're also going to do a purchase on WagyuSwap, right? So Wagyu is a fork of PancakeSwap, but on the Velas blockchain. But more importantly, we want to look at selling, right? What is the slippage required for PancakeSwap and what is the slippage required for Wagyu? Why? Is because there's tokenomics, and because Wagyu is in the Bluezilla ecosystem, I think they're going to give a better deal, and we're going to check it out. We're going to test it out. And then on PancakeSwap, well, it's not in their ecosystem. PancakeSwap is just an independent project, which is a great DEX on the Binance Smart Chain. So I've got a timer. Let's see if this works. Bang, got a timer here. I'm going to click start. Yep, brilliant. That's ready. So what we're going to do is we're just going to swap USDT to 500 Astro. We'll see how long it takes. I'm going to start the timer from, I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to click swap. We'll get the quote. Yeah, I'm not going to change the gas. Let's just make sure. No, I don't want to do that. We'll switch to Velas later. All right, we're going to click start the timer and then confirm. Ready? All right, let's see how long it takes for a transaction. Let's see if it goes through the first time on PancakeSwap. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, when the transaction pops up as saying complete, let's see if it goes through the first time. I'm going to stop the timer. Bang. 9 seconds, 9.9 seconds. That's not bad, right? 9.9 seconds. Now we've got our 500 Astro. Now we're going to do the same thing for the Velas blockchain. The Velas blockchain. I haven't tested this out, so this is going to be quite cool. So first, we just need to change our network. We need to go over to the Velas network. If you haven't set yourself up on the Velas network, go to tokenmagic.app. It makes it very, very easy just to add in the required information. So now we are going to do the same thing. We're going to buy 500 AstroSwap. We should have checked the price. It's roughly the same price quoted across the two. Yep. Okay. So timer ready. All right. Let's get ready. Let's click swap. Now we've got the confirm button already. Is it going to ask me to? Yep. There we go. All right. All right. Here we go. We should have checked the gas as well. So that's not the main focus today. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Just see. Oh, jeez, jeez. What the frick? Jeez, all right, wow, all right. 4 seconds. I think I wasn't even expecting it to be as fast as it was. All right, so it's what was it 3 times faster. I can go back and watch this video. So anyway, that was just a bit of fun, right? That was just a bit of fun. And then it will show up. There we go, bang. Okay, so the transactions get confirmed much faster on Velas. So that's why Velas is a big deal, because Binance Smart Chain is brilliant in comparison to Ethereum when it comes to gas fees and speed. But Velas is a fork of Solana, so it's faster and cheaper. So we got that done, right? So that's simple. But now the main focus of today, if I go full screen again, for PancakeSwap is, again, let's just swap our wallets back over. Go back to PancakeSwap, Binance Smart Chain. Again, if you want to set up all your wallets, I would recommend tokenmagic.app. All right, when you're selling AstroSwap for the first time, you need to enable the contract. So let's just enable that. We'll need to do the same on the side of Velas as well. Yeah, that's fine. So what I wanted to show you is slippage, right? So different projects set different tokenomics and volume, liquidity, all these things come into play. So we've got 500 AstroSwap, and the slippage by default is set to 0.5% on PancakeSwap, right? So when we click this little cog over here, if you're not used to it, it allows us to change the standard transaction fee, which is we keep it at 7, and then the slippage tolerance is 0.5, percent. So the transaction won't go through. I know this because it's going to come up with something like this, unless it's changed for some reason. Let's have a look. It will say this: transaction cannot succeed due to error, execution reverted, pancake. It's not English, right? So if you ever wanted to know what the heck does this mean, because sometimes it's a bit confusing, if we just open up Google, just paste it in, copy and paste it in, go to docs, the first one, troubleshoot PancakeSwap, and it will tell you. It will say here, in fact, I will click find, paste the same thing, and here it goes. So it will explain to you, this is what it said. You're trying to swap tokens, but your slippage tolerance is too low or liquidity is too low, right? And then it kind of gives you some solutions and everything else. So anything where you get stuck, just Google it and go into the official troubleshooting for PancakeSwap. So now we got to do this. I was doing this yesterday, and the slippage that I could sell at was 12%. But let's just try a few. Let's just do let's just try 5% slippage, which means we're going to lose 5% of the tokens when we're selling. I don't think it's going to go through again. Yeah, so now let's just try 10%. Again, I tried this yesterday, but I'm just showing you sometimes you have to go through this with different tokens. We try again. Nope. And then at 12%, I think it will go through at 12. Right, these are tokenomics that are set for different DEXs, decentralized exchanges, different blockchains. So now it should, all right, now it goes through, right? So now it's going to charge us 12% to do the transaction. We go, is there a better way? Is there a better way? So now let's go to WagyuSwap. So let's just cancel that, right? Because 10% means you're going to lose 10% of your tokens. So where it's got 500 tokens, or 12% actually, 500 tokens, you're potentially going to lose 12% of those tokens. I think it's 11.5% is charged by maybe Astro on PancakeSwap. So you can lose like 60 tokens. And that can be quite significant if you got like 10,000 tokens or something. So now if we go to WagyuSwap and we say, all right, let's just swap our wallets. Let's go to the Velas blockchain. Yep, that's fine. And now we want to swap. We need to enable. If we're selling AstroSwap for the first time on the WagyuSwap, on the Velas blockchain, we need to enable that. You can see the gas is much cheaper, 0.01 cent. So it's around 17 times cheaper than Binance Smart Chain and 3 to 5 times faster. All right, so now let's just sell. Let's just say we want to sell our AstroSwap. Confirm. Look, what's the slippage? It's going to allow us to sell now. And I tried this on just a small amount of tokens, and it was A-OK. So now we go, oh, it's much better to do the transactions when it comes to selling on WagyuSwap, on WagyuSwap itself. Now, eventually, when AstroSwap launches itself, it might be better to do it there. But for now, medium term, short term, what we know we have available. So the slippage is 0.1%, right? So we can sell over here. So now if you go, well, Jagir, my tokens for AstroSwap are on the Binance Smart Chain. How do I get them over to the Velas blockchain on Wagyu, my Velas wallet? That's a great question. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to swaps. This is where swaps holds its own. We're going to go from, let's just change our MetaMask network from Velas back to Binance Smart Chain. We want to change it over to the Velas, so Binance Smart Chain to Velas. The website is, if you just go to the swaps website, I personally, if I'm going to find the official website, you always want to be on the safe side. So go to CoinMarketCap, type in swaps, click on their website, and it'll take you to their home site. And in the top right-hand corner, click Launch App, and it will launch the Swaps app. And that's exactly where we are right now, right? I'm just going to go to the one that I've previously opened. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to click the token that we want to bridge over. Now remember, Swaps is incubated by the Bluezilla venture capital firm. So Swaps is a cross-chain stables. That's the main focus. So when you see an opportunity on Velas, you can just take your BUSD and convert it over to the Velas blockchain, and it automatically converts to USDT, and it's easy, and then so on and so forth. And that's his main focus. But it's also now allowing other tokens. So you can see the key Bluezilla token, so it makes it very, very easy. And then eventually Swaps is also going to allow projects to launch their own token on Swaps, so they can do simple cross-chain bridging. So it makes it a much better user experience. And I believe this is going to be a key part of the cross Swaps front end. Well, this will be a back end because it's an automated market maker, whether it's Wagyu, Astro, Swaps, and so on and so forth. So they're all partnered together because it's all part of the same incubation team. So we want to click on Astro. Now, if you've used, let's just see. Yeah, here we go. Perfect. So we just click swap. We got 500 in our wallet. We got great. Yep, we want to do that. We're going to take 500 from the Binance Smart Chain onto the 500 onto the Velas blockchain. The LP fee for Astro is 0. Great. BNB is 0.02. That's great. Normally, I think it's when you're transferring from Velas back over to Binance Smart Chain, it charges you some Velas tokens. So that seems good to me. Yeah. So let's allow the swap. It's going to charge us 0.02 BNB. Yep, happy with that. It's around 22 cents. All right, the bridge, because it's Binance Smart Chain to Velas, the bridge tends to be relatively fast in comparison to if it was Binance Smart Chain to Ethereum or Velas to Ethereum. It tends to be a lot slower. What I like about swaps, you'll see it in a second, is I think you have to approve it and then you have to do the second transaction, which then costs, this is the 0.02 BNB. Yep, that's fine. Is you get a bar. Yeah, sometimes when you're doing bridging, a lot of platforms don't tell you exactly where it is. You have to go to the Binance BSC scan or something, and it's a bit, if you're not used to it, it can be a bit uncomfortable because you're kind of just waiting, hoping that your tokens appear. But I like this finality bar that they have, which just shows you transaction is submitted on chain, BSC, waiting time for finality, and just shows you a 13%, 17%, 20%. All right, so we just patiently wait. So now it's bridging over from the Binance Smart Chain over to the Velas, and it's also going to make it easy for us to switch the network and add the AstroSwap to our Velas MetaMask wallet. All right, we're 57%, 57%. All right, boom, boom. This is the game of bridging. Why I can't wait for is when CrossSwaps launch. When CrossSwaps launches, and there's one interface, you don't have to learn multiple user interfaces, and then they're going to integrate with Cross Wallet. Ah, man, that's going to be all of this stuff in the back end, Cross Wallet the front end, CrossSwap in the middle, bam, bam, bam. All right, done. And then the receive tends to fly across. Yep, that's fine. 50% coming up. Bam, 60%. Done, done, and done. Bob's your uncle. Now, what I like to do is click the middle button here where it says switch network and add Astro. So we're going to click switch network. So it's going to say switch from Binance Smart Chain to Velas. Yep, yep. Thank you for making my life easy. And then add the Astro token. We've already got it added. And you'll see we've got 1,000 Astro now. So we purchased 500 before, and now we just bridged over another 500. So we don't need to add the token because we've already got it added. I've done that previously. So great. So now we have our 1,000 Astro. Again, this will update in a second. I might just refresh the page. Again, oh, there you go. Bang. So now it says 1,000, right? So now I'm not going to sell them, but we could confirm, sell, and we could sell our 1,000 tokens with 0.1% slippage versus 12% slippage. I go, okay, Velas all day long. But again, it might work out to be better for whichever reason. It might be a price thing on AstroSwap itself. So the last thing we're going to do is LP tokens. Now, when you're doing your LP tokens, whether it's your double token staking or single token staking, it will be done on AstroSwap. But AstroSwap, if we go back to the AstroSwap website, guess what? If I just close this timer, we've got 10 days as of this video, 17 hours and 23 minutes to launch, and the marketing machine has started. Bluezilla are kings of marketing, so prepare. I don't know what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, what's planned, but it's going to be hot because I know they do a really, really good job. So if we scroll down here, we know AstroSwap is powered by WagyuSwap, right? So we know the user interface will be very similar and the functionality. So I'm going to use WagyuSwap for the LP tokens, for how to do LP tokens and how to do single staking, but you're going to do it on AstroSwap. Hopefully that's clear, right? So you don't do it on WagyuSwap, but it's going to be the same functionality. So if we now go to WagyuSwap, on the left hand side it says farms. Now you got two things. You got farms and pools. What's the difference? Farms are for yield farming for liquidity pools, LP tokens, where you have to take 2 tokens. So these are the farms that are available at the moment to farm new tokens. You got VLX and WAG, so the Velas token and the WAG token. You got VLX and ETH, VLX and BUSD, VLX and USDC, and so on and so forth. And they've been adding more and more. And we got WAG and Astro as well. That's the one we're going to use. The WAG and the Astro. You got WAG and swaps, WAG and USDV, and WAG and BUSD. So we're going to use this one here. But before we do, we're just going to jump into the single staking pool. So you want to decide on which one is going to suit you best. There's pros and cons to both. One of the downsides of LP tokens is something called impermanent loss. I highly recommend you Google it, learn about impermanent loss, what it is and how it functions. And then the single staking pool accounts, meaning you just stake your AstroSwap and you'll receive AstroSwap, or you stake AstroSwap and you can receive a different token eventually. So you'll see this here. Let me just move myself up here. So in the single pool staking accounts, you can do Wagyu. It's currently 310% APY. So you just literally stake your Wagyu. We've staked some a little while ago using this wallet. I did it in another video. So we've got some Wagyu. We've got around, I don't know what it is, maybe 20% extra Wagyu, give or take. You can do Wagyu manual, which means here it does auto compounding and charges a small fee. You can do SCAR, so the Valhalla token. You can do Astro. So you can put your Astro tokens. Sorry, no, you don't put your Astro in. You put Wagyu in, but you earn Astro. Or you can put in your Wagyu and earn swaps, right? So this is what's going to be available also. So what we're going to do first is I'm actually just going to withdraw our Wagyu. So we did this a little while ago. It's only a small amount. It's only like $52 worth of Wagyu, but we're going to need both tokens. We're going to do the Wagyu and Astro liquidity tokens. So once you're happy that you want to unstake, you click the minus button. We want to unstake the maximum. Yep, confirm. Done. Unstaked. So now that Wagyu is now in our wallet. All right, very important. Wagyu is in our wallet. Now we might. I'm gonna show you a couple of things. So that staking account is now closed. I've withdrawn my Wagyu, so I'm not getting any APY on my Wagyu in this particular wallet. So now we're gonna go back to farms, right? We're gonna go to farms and we want to go to the Wagyu Astro. But we need to create the LP token. You go, how do you do that, Jagir? Well, there's this button called liquidity just above farms, and it'll be similar on AstroSwap. Might not be exactly the same, but it'll be similar. And then what we have, it says your liquidity. Remove liquidity to receive your tokens back. No liquidity found. Don't see pool yet. Join. So find other LP tokens. So what we want to do is click add liquidity. which liquidity do we want to add? We actually put it in. So we want the Wagyu, or we can click it up here, Wags, and then we want Astro. Now, when you're creating a liquidity pool token, you need an equal amount in terms of dollar amount of each token. So you can't do like $1,000 of Astro and $50 of Wagyu. It's the lower amount, so it's $50 and $50. It has to match up, and you'll see this here. So when I click maximum amount of Wagyu, it will tell you how much Astro is required to match. But also, if I click maximum amount of Astro, it tells us how much Wagyu is required. So in this particular wallet, we're going to use the example of maximum Wagyu. Why? Because that's the lesser amount, right? Because if I try and create this, you'll see down here, it says insufficient balance and the button's not live. Whereas if I click maximum Wagyu, it allows me to do that, right? So that's step one, right? Choose your, the liquidity pool match, which two tokens you want to match. So when the AstroSwap liquidity pool tokens go live, you will choose either based on the tokens you have, what you believe has the best APYs, or there's other few factors that you can take into account and choose which pool suits you best. So we're going to do this. So now we're going to just go to the bottom and it just says enable WAG. So we need to enable it first. This is a new wallet that I haven't used that much. So enable WAG. Yep, that's fine. For this, there we go. All right. Then the supply button goes live. You see that at the bottom, it goes live. We go, great. Now we want to supply the liquidity. So we're going to combine these two amounts of tokens, they're equal amounts, and it's roughly around $50, $50, $55 of Wagyu and $55 of Astro. If you're doing $10,000 of Wagyu and $10,000 of Astro, you can kind of do the math. Hopefully this is making sense. So now we're going to create the LP token. So here it says 219.354 WAG to Astro pool token. Output is estimated. If this price changes by more than 0.1%, your transaction will revert. So you don't want to wait too long, even though I'm obviously just reading this out. WAG deposited, yep, this much. Astro deposited this much. These are the rates, one Astro to WAG, and so on and so forth. And the share of the pool, doing this $50 means that we will own 0.01082% of the entire liquidity pool of Astro and Wagyu, right? On the Wagyu swap. So now we're going to confirm the supply. So what it's now doing is taking the two separate tokens and putting them together and creating a liquidity pool token. And it's a whole new token, right? And when you want to unstake, you literally go back to here and you literally pull them apart. And this is where you might have a different balance, or they might be valued differently based on what's happening in buying and selling. That's the thing we're talking about in permanent loss, but that's a whole different subject. So now we're going to add this LP token to our MetaMask, right? And it tells us how many. We don't need to worry about this number. It doesn't really tell us that much information. We're just going to add it so it's in our wallet. So now what we're going to do is when we go back to the farm tab in the top left, if I bring up my annotation just to make sure you can see my cursor. So we're going here and in the farm tab on the left, we click on this, we scroll down, we want the WAG and Astro farm. This is given an APR of 158%. This is important to note. You have to manually harvest and compound, harvest and restake, right? Harvest and restake. When you're getting your rewards, you might get your Astro rewards because it's going to be on the AstroSwap DEX, and then put them into your single staking account. That's another thing you can do is when you get your LP tokens and you're getting paid out in Astro rewards, you take those rewards and put it into your single staking pool account and get some more APY on that. Or you can buy some more tokens and create more LP and so on and so forth. But here, it just says if you staked for a year and you restaked every single day and you had $1,000 worth, you'll get around 300% APY. APY, 380% APY, which APY takes into account compounding, and APR says there's no compounding. But don't worry about that. We're going to just focus on the staking now. So let me just pop this up here. We are going to focus on this farm. First, we're going to need to enable the farm. So we just click, yep, enable the farm. Normally when you do it for the first time, it always requires two. We go confirm. It's connected to our wallet. So now it knows how many LP tokens we have. So it says here, stake your LP token, which is your Wagon Astro LP. We click. We then say, yep, we have 219 LP tokens. Don't worry about too much, because it's a bit confusing when you try to think what's the value of that. Just, it's roughly $55 plus $55, around $110, but we don't need to worry about that. It says the annual return on your investment at the current rate is $404. And again, we can play around with the calculator if you wish to do so. So that's around a 400% APY. And then we just click confirm. Again, we are going to now confirm. So it's now taking our LP token from our MetaMask wallet and putting it into the farm. And think of it as is a seed and it's being planted and it's going to harvest rewards, right? It's going to harvest rewards and we're going to see the numbers in a second. It's just confirming the LP staking. All right, done. So now it tells us we've got 219 LP tokens staked and we are receiving, it says it up here, 158% APY, and we are going to earn WagyuSwap tokens from this farm, right? It says the approximate value of this, if I can I zoom in here? Let me zoom in. The approximate value of our LP tokens is $104.78. And you'll see every day, and sometimes on an hourly basis, the value of that will change because people are buying and selling AstroSwap tokens, and there's AstroSwap being removed and pushed into this pool. There's WagyuSwap being pulled out and pushed into this pool. So the price is going to be changing. So then what's going to happen, I don't know if it will happen in the moments here, is this will increase. I just want to see if it shows the first amount. Also tells us how much of the pool we own. There we go. Look, we just earned 0.001 WAG in 60 seconds thereabouts, right? And that's how it works. This will just keep building up. It will keep a tally of our total earned rewards, and it doesn't automatically go into this pool because the LP token, but you can now harvest this when, let's just say it gets to 1 WAG or 5 WAG, whatever it is. You can harvest this, go back to the single pool staking accounts, and then put that WAG into this. Here, there's a minimum amount that you need to have. So once you've got the minimum amount, it will just say stake. If there's no minimum amount, it'll say, do you want to buy some more? So there you go. That was a practical video today. So we know Astro has got its countdown timer. If we click the refresh page, let's see what the timer says. 10 days, 17 hours. So it's the 28th, 17 hours and 11 minutes. We know the price. This is swaps. That was for the website. We use swaps to bridge over. We know that PancakeSwap has a high slippage, whereas Wagyu doesn't. So if you're going to sell for your Astro, to take profits, you bridge them over to WagyuSwap. I believe it's going to be a better deal. I believe it's going to be the same amount of liquidity, and the token price should be give or take the same. We now know how to do an LP token. We click farms. We click which farm we want to use. We chose the WAG Astro, but then we go, right, we need to go to liquidity, create the liquidity pool token, and then pop it in. Let's just finish on one thing. Let's just say you're happy with the farm, and you go, we just want to now sell our liquidity pool token, right? We're going to need to unstake, click the minus button, click unstake. Let's just do this, confirm. Let's just do the A to Z, right? Because I know some of you are going to ask me in the comments, Jagir, how do I unstake? All right, we've done that. Now, when we go back to liquidity, it should read, it'll take a second just to arrive in the wallet. It should read what liquidity pool tokens we have. Let's give it a second. Otherwise, I'll click refresh. There we go. Bang. So once you've taken out the LP token out of the farm by clicking the minus button, this will be the same pretty much functionality on AstroSwap. It's pretty much the same also on PancakeSwap. We now know we have 219 LP tokens. We click on this and we want to now remove that liquidity. We want to now remove it. We click remove. How much you want to remove? 100%. And it will tell us you will receive 167 Wagyu tokens and 295, which is pretty much what we put in. Again, it tells us the exchange rates. We need to enable it when we're doing this for the first time. Yep, that's fine. And then we want to remove that liquidity, and it will tell us how much we're getting. Yep, that's fine. Let's confirm. Bum, bum. All right, and now in our MetaMask wallet, we will have our AstroSwap has arrived and our WagyuSwap has also arrived as well. So hopefully that makes perfect sense. Velas is very, very fast. So hopefully you got all the knowledge you need to do an A to Z when it comes to liquidity pools. So today was practical. So Astro is going to be astronomical. Yes, pun intended. Astronomical. Why? Even when I'm looking at the other dexes that are launching on Cardano, I see why they're doing it, and they're just going to put up with the low throughput volume. But it's more than likely going to create a lot of unhappy customers that are going to have to wait hours, if not days, for the transaction to go through. So the Bluezilla team, thumbs up. The AstroSwap team have made the business decision to say, look, guys, we do not want our customers to have a poor user experience. So for the short term, let's launch the Cardano DEX on the Binance Smart Chain. And when Cardano is ready at the minimum required throughput volume, and Cardano just has to get there. When it gets there, we will migrate AstroSwap DEX from the Binance Smart Chain over to Cardano. It's very, very easy for them to do. They're also going to have a bridge to bridge your Cardano tokens over to the Binance Smart Chain, just as we saw we did with Astro. We bridged it over from Binance Smart Chain over to the Velas blockchain, and the Bluezilla ecosystem have got an immense experience with bridging because of all the launch pads. You got bridge from Binance Smart Chain to Tron to Binance Smart Chain to Ethereum to Velas to Polygon to, which is with swaps. They haven't got a Polygon launchpad, right? So do you reckon they're going to do a Polygon one? I don't know. I know Dotpad's coming on 27th. But Astro looks healthy, looks good. But now you have the A to Z on how to buy, how to sell. If you're selling, looks like Velas blockchain on Wagyu is going to be better. But when AstroSwap launches, we will also look at, how is the selling on AstroSwap itself in terms of slippage and how easy it is to bridge your tokens from either Velas to the Cardano DEX, which is going to be AstroSwap. And then Binance Smart Chain, we can also look at as well. But for now, if you're looking to, as soon as it launches, there might be a massive demand and a price surge. And if you're looking to sell straight away, we know Wagyu will do the job short term. So if you like today's video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If by the way you haven't set up your Velas, MetaMask, Binance Smart Chain, and all those things, I've actually got a free course that just covers the foundation of crypto. What is blockchain? What is crypto? How to set up your wallets. I refer to it as your passport and visa to travel around the world of blockchain, and just how to get the foundation in play. Because these things that we did today, LP tokens farming, Singapore, we did cross-chain bridging. They're pretty advanced. But once you've done it a few times, it's not that advanced, right? Everything is difficult before it's easy. So if that looked difficult, once you've done it 3, 4, 5 times, 10 times, like driving a car, it will become second nature. All right, let's finish on a quote. The quote of today is Henry Ford. It has been my observation that most people get ahead during the time that others waste. So I would say practice bridging, practice cross-chain, practice what we just did. Prepare. I used to play badminton when I was a kid, table tennis, badminton, football, reasonable, I used to represent my boroughs and counties and stuff. And then my badminton coach, we used to have this quote on our t-shirt, and it said, fail to prepare, prepare to fail. Fail to prepare, prepare to fail. So your job is to prepare in advance. We know AstroSwap is launching in 11 days, or 10 days, 17 hours, right? We got the official time now, and we can look at the countdown timer. Is to prepare. What you're going to do with your current staked AstroSwap account tokens. Prepare, plan. What are you going to do if the price does go up 3x, 5x, 10x? Prepare. What are you going to do if the juicy APYs are the same as Wagyu, if not higher? right? Because what was the word? They used the word galactic, right? Galactic APYs. So if they are 100,000%, and they're gonna, the more people stake, the APYs naturally come down. So you can potentially increase your tokens by 10, 20, 30, 40, 50%. Some people that get in early in the staking accounts will double their tokens over the first day or two. That's the whole point of the whole thing. And then when you got those tokens, what are you gonna do with them? Are you gonna put them in a single staking pool account to maximize your Astro? Are you gonna sell 20%? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna wait for a dip and then the next leg that we covered in the last video? Are you then gonna sell at $4, $6 if it hits those prices? Are you gonna kind of go, actually, I want to wait. I just want to stake everything and ignore everything until Bitcoin is six-figure Bitcoin. If it does that, this bull run, and then sell. So prepare in advance. So it's been my observation, Henry Ford said, that most people get ahead during the time that others waste. So don't waste the time. During this corrective part of the market, we should be doubling down, training, sharpening your axe. So when the opportunity comes, bam, it meets with your preparation. And that's how you win in the game of life, in the game of crypto, in the game of blockchain. And blockchain, by the way, as you know, is here to stay. It's the internet of tomorrow, right? I saw this great video where it's called "What Is the Internet Anyway?" In 1994, people were discussing live on TV what is the internet, what is this at symbol with this email, and what is email. They are the kind of questions that people are asking today, but they are legitimate questions. They're good questions. What is cross chain? What is bridging? What is farming? What is yield farming? What is an LP token? But in 5 years' time, where it goes from 3% of the world knowing what these things are and going to 20 to 40 to 50% of the world knowing, and then we got this adoption phase, and then it's going to move to the next cycle of adoption, the next cycle of crypto being a $10 trillion market cap, $50 trillion market cap, $100 trillion market cap, and so on and so forth. That's what's here to come. So your job is to prepare, to train. So like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I would say take the free course. I think it's called the Foundation of Crypto and Blockchain, and it just covers the basics. And even if you're pretty well versed, I think it's still worth taking because I cover things in layman's terms, which comes across. People have told me, or the understanding just increases to a new level. All right, I'll see you soon. Take care. AstroSwap, 10 days to go. Let's see how it performs. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about this DEX because I also think it's going to connect into CrossSwap. Is part of the same ecosystem. And swaps, they're soon to be announcing their single staking liquidity pools and cross wallet. These are all linked. And this is why I think these guys are going to win, because AstroSwap is not just AstroSwap. It's the Bluezilla ecosystem. It's AdaPad driving projects to AstroSwap in terms of using that DEX. That's a big clue to show the volume that's going to come. We're talking about the marketing skills of this incubator, which is Bluezilla, is very, very strong, and it's going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. But then you've got CrossSwap, cross wallet swaps. You've got WagyuSwap, Velas partnership. All of this is coming together in a very unique way, and it's a very powerful ecosystem. And most people, when I read in your comments, I'm like, people are not connecting the dots. When you connect the dots, then you can see in 3, 4, 5, 6 months, the value that's going to be occurring is going to be immense, in my opinion. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you soon.